Hi, I'm Paul Morrow. I'm an LCSW, which means Licensed Clinical Social Worker in the state of New York. I've also worked extensively in the substance abuse field, and I'm an expert there. The topic I'm trying to talk about is OCD, mental illness, issues of substance abuse. The term I like to use is called MICA, M-I-C-A, which stands for mentally ill, chemically addicted. And that is the majority of the clients and patients I have dealt with through the years. When we talk about my experience, I go back to a treatment program I worked in called, it was for a major hospital on Long Island in New York. And I worked in a day treatment substance abuse program there for adolescents. And in the evening, I used to see their parents. So when we come to the topic of intervention, that's where the work was done. Not so much with the teenagers, but with the parents in group. And typically what would happen is when these young people came into the program, they were out of control, and the parents were at wit's end. As things got better and the children settled down, the issue then became intervening with the parent, using tough love to remain disciplined and not fall into the trap of manipulation by their children. A lot of work was done in this area. That was family group. I can give you another example of an intervention I had in my own private practice, in my own office. I had a client in which I saw for approximately 5 years. I'll call him Richard. He was about 34 years old. He was a collector, comic books, had 1,000+ comic books. A textbook OCD client who was dabbling in drugs, as he mentioned, for medicinal purposes. But, substance abusers are often pharmacologists, I call them, in which they find the substance of choice that reduces anxiety. Well, in Richard's case, in about the first 9 to 10 months of treatment with him, he was very resistant, kept coming back, but really struggled to talk about any feelings or connect at all. My intervention was, I laid myself on the carpet of my office, prostrate, closed my eyes, and all of a sudden I could hear Richard in a panic mode, running around, am I okay? It was the first feeling and emotion I saw in almost a year. I opened one eye and I said, Richard, let me know when you're ready to talk. Let me know when you're ready to work. And from that point on, Richard and I worked and reduced a lot of the symptoms of his OCD, his substance use, and also the hoarding. And collecting became more of collecting, not this phobic obsession. Another example of an intervention happened when one of my responsibilities at one time was also supervising social work students. And I had a young woman who was about to see her first adult client, and she sat with me and gave me a list. She showed me of the things she's going to talk to this client about. I gently took the list and I tore it up into about 6 or 7 pieces, and I said, there's only one thing you're going to establish on this first visit. That is your caring, honest relationship with this client. And that's what it's all about. There's 3 things that clients would bring into me. 3 issues: relationships, relationships, relationships. The relationship with their drug, the relationship with their food, the relationship with their hoarding activities, the relationship with their anxiety, with their depression, with other mental illness, their family issues, co-workers. But the key to my success as a therapist, whether in the mental illness field or in the substance abuse field, is the human relationship. That's what I did. That was my goal. Once I created that trusting, loving, caring, genuine relationship, progress was made. Thank you.